This is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you may already know, this is a vital time in American and world history. Today we will discuss the tension between the United States and the USSR, officially recognized as the Cold War. There are some terms that you must be familiar with in the Cold War, including the Iron Curtain, NATO, and the Warsaw Pact. The Iron Curtain was an imaginary line that figuratively separated Eastern and Western Europe in their political and religious beliefs. That leads us to NATO. NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, whose more prominent members include Britain, France, Italy, the United States, and of course, always and last, Canada. This was a group of Western powers that combated communism, which leads us to the Warsaw Pact, which is an alliance between the USSR, Eastern Europe, and East Germany. It's an alliance that was formed to combat NATO. And now a brief inside look at the conversations between Reagan and Gorbachev.
Hello, Mr. Gorbachev. This is Ronald Reagan.
Destroy that.
I have something to discuss with you.
Yet, te Dorak.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yet.
The Berlin Wall was a barrier that divided Berlin from 1961 to 1989, constructed by the German Democratic Republic, starting on 13th of August 1961, that completely cut off West Berlin from surrounding East Germany and East Berlin. The barrier included guard towers placed along large concrete walls, anti-vehicle trenches, and other defenses. The Eastern Bloc claimed that the wall was erected to protect its population from fascist elements conspiring to prevent the will of the people and building a socialist state in East Germany. In practice, the wall served to prevent the massive emigration and defection that marked East Germany and the communist Eastern Bloc during the post-World War II period. During the years of the wall, around 5,000 people successfully defected to West Berlin. The number of people who died trying to cross the wall, or as a result of the wall's existence, has been disputed. Its demolition officially began on 13th of June 1990 and was completed in 1992. The fall of the Berlin Wall began the evening of 9th November 1989 and continued over the following days and weeks.
There were several attempts to get over the Berlin Wall. Unfortunately, not all of them succeeded.
Guys, come on! The coast is clear! Pass it over, pass it over. Nine! Oh no! The guards! Go away!
Fatality. The U.S. has made up the domino theory, which they believe that if one small country falls to communism, all of its neighbors will. So, for example, if Vietnam falls to communism, then all of its neighbors will fall, and eventually it'll get to India.
What do you think of the U.S.'s policy against communism?
Well, I feel like containment is a good policy. I mean, you're keeping communism in a small area, so it's not really spreading too much. But I mean, the Vietnam War went a little bit too far. But the arms race is worse than that. They're spending billions of dollars on nuclear weapons that they're not even going to use on each other. I mean, it's too risky for the Soviets to attack the U.S. because both sides are going to end up a nuclear wasteland.
So what do you think of the Star Wars? Some United States citizens think it might be their last LP.
Well, I feel like the Force is not with the United States on this one. It's a Darth Maul in their economy.
I agree. I think it might be a Phantom Menace. Also, the Soviet Union's empire may strike back.
Yeah, true, but the U.S. is wasting so much money on this. I mean, how are satellites going to strike nuclear warheads down with lasers? That doesn't even make sense.
I agree.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The U.S. needs to stop this.
What do you think of the U.S. policy of detente?
I feel like it's a good idea. We're trying to calm down the tensions between us and the Soviet Union. I mean, it's long overdue. But I mean, We can't have brinkmanship going on at the same time. We can't be preparing for a war. At the same time, we're trying to stop one. Those two will not work. They're going to clash.
And now filling in for Brian Williams, who was suspended after claiming to have visited Martians and meeting base god in North Korea, is Evan Adinger.
Thank you. Evan Adinger reporting here live from France, witnessing how the U.S. is aiding some Western European countries post-World War II. Come on, let's go over here. Over here, we have a young French boy. He is benefiting from the U.S. aid. How are you doing, young kid?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, you like that snacks over there?
Yep.
Yep, they're all from America. How do you like America?
I love the democracy. I love American football.
Thanks, sport. Okay. The reason these many European kids are benefiting from the U.S. aid is because of the Marshall Plan, which is the U.S. giving money and supplies to the European countries that have been destroyed from World War II. Another thing that the U.S. is doing is the Truman Doctrine, which is specifically targeting Greece, Hungary, and Turkey, and in the hopes of them receiving aid that they will help spread democracy and stop the spread of communism. Thank you.
Line that figuratively separated East.
Alright. Are you filming?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Guys, come on. The coast is clear. Pass it over, pass it over. Oh God, the guard! Go! Go! No!